All right, Sunday Night Football. We'll be here watching football all day and then getting ready for the game of the week. 49ers at Seahawks. 49ers favored by 3.5, Mike. Over under at 47. Both teams banged up. Seattle really banged up. And huge implications for this one as far as first-round buys, third seed, fifth seed. It's all over the place. You can explain it all, but lead us off in this good one.
And the way that you set this up reminded me of something we've talked about in the past, and I am very encouraged to report that we had over 30 people in the house for Christmas Day, and not a single person asked me when I'm leaving for Seattle this weekend. Because that happens to us all the time, right? It happens to you all the time. Hey, where are you going this weekend? Well, the same place I always go. Why would I go anywhere but the studio? Oh, you're not going to the game site? Well, we go to the game site like once a year.
Yeah.
You never watch the show. Oh,
Thanks
I watch
for
it every
watching.
week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Are you home? Are you at home for Sunday night? Yeah, they bring everybody to my house. We hang out and watch football in my barn all day long, and then we go do the show in my little TV studio above my garage. All 5 of us. Yeah, that's how we do it. Anyway, I was very encouraged though. Nobody asked me if I'm going to Seattle.
All right, good. It sounds like your family's getting smarter as the years go by.
All right, I hope I'm getting smarter as the season goes by. The Seahawks have. I feel bad. You know, the Seahawks are one of my teams I have a soft spot for. I feel like I've been on board with the reloading, not rebuilding of the Seattle Seahawks since all the changes made after the 2017 season. But I'm sorry, Seahawks. I've got to get off the bandwagon right here. You lost to the Cardinals last week, and you shouldn't have. The horseshoe has fallen out of your butt. The 49ers feel like they are destined to take this 1 seed. They have had that glow about them all year long. And I know that the 49ers are 1-9 over the last decade playing in Seattle, including playoff games. And I know that the only time they beat the Seahawks in Seattle over the past decade has been with Tavares Jackson at quarterback in 2011. That's fine. The 49ers are a much better team than what we've seen really at any point in the last decade. I think this 49ers team is even better than the team that got to the Super Bowl and almost beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
So they got to finish the job and get that 1 seed. And Kyle Shanahan knows the difference between 1 and 5. They need the bye week. They have the extra day to get ready for the game because they played on Saturday night. I like the 49ers in this one. Close game, exciting game, fun game, hopefully. A big rating that is maintained all the way through until the very end of the game. And who knows, maybe they'll go back to overtime. But 49ers 27, Seahawks 24 is my pick.
Yeah, I just, I look at this right now, and I'm concerned about the Seattle Seahawks. I definitely am. No Dwayne Brown. Okay, now what do we got to do here? All right, so we're going to have to put, George Fant in at left tackle and move some guys around. That can take away from the 6 offensive lineman sets that we talk about being so successful for the Seattle Seahawks. The running back injuries. Yeah, I know Marshawn Lynch is there. I'm as excited as anybody to watch him play. And Robert Turbin, and get that. But still, they're not Chris Carson. It's not Rashad Penny. So that's scary that way. Also I look at it and just go, and this is something you've heard me say all year, the Seahawks passing game, it's not like the reinvention of the wheel when you look at what they do offensively, schematically in the pass game. It's very simple. And a lot of it just relies on the talent of Russell Wilson and the talent of the receiver, just like, hey, beat that guy going straight, and Russell, he'll hit you on the run. Yeah, that's good. I just don't know if that's good against the, upper class of the NFL, which the 49ers are in. I also look at the first matchup and just go, I don't know if that's realistic for the Seattle Seahawks to win that game the way they did the first time around. McGlinchey and Joe Staley, it was their first game back after a number of weeks off. Jadeveon Clowney, who was healthy at the time and not now, took over the game. The Seahawks didn't have a drive of over 47 yards in the football game. So to all those things, I just look at it and go, man, I know the Seahawks won the first time around. I don't think it's realistic to think they can win that way a second time around. I don't. Interception that gets returned all the way back to the 16-yard line. Ball went right through Bjorn, 84's hand to the 49ers. Garoppolo threw a good pass. Went through right both of their hands. I don't expect those things to happen. And I think the 49ers are the better football team. They're more balanced. They're healthier. And like you said, I just think they're primed this year to be that team. I think they go on the road into Seattle and win the football game. I'm going to go 30-21 San Francisco 49ers.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If they blow this
Yeah.
and they end up the 5 seed,
Ooh.
regardless of what happens in the wild card, right? Let's say Jimmy G doesn't get it done in Seattle, and we can point after the fact to his play. Do you worry about him not being with the team in 2020, or has he done enough, even if they end up the 5 seed and even if they potentially end up one and done in the postseason?
Yeah, you're the second person to ask me this week. I think he's done enough this year to solidify himself back for next year no matter what. I do. You know, it just the way they've played, the way he's continued to improve as the year has gone on, he's delivered in a lot of big moments. Again, we saw it last Saturday night, 2 3rd and 16s. He's certainly, not overwhelmed by the magnitude of any moment, whether that was on the road in New Orleans or even in the monsoon in Baltimore, where he gave them a chance to win that football game as well. Dominated the Green Bay Packers at home. I just think there's enough there to say, no, Jimmy Garoppolo is our guy going forward, and they should have some belief that he'll be even better next year as he just continues to grow within this offense. But yeah, I think the 49ers are the better team when it comes to this matchup, and I think the Seahawks are in trouble in this one.
Allow me to throw another ingredient
into
the stew, or as the case may be, a turd into the punch bowl. What if Rick Spielman calls up John Lynch and says, can you conference in Kyle Shanahan? Let's have a conversation here. We've decided we don't want to keep Kirk Cousins. Not that they would be that candid about it, but that would be the mindset.
Yeah, right.
What does it take? What is it? You can have Kirk Cousins. And look, maybe they can get Kirk Cousins if they play it right and not have to pay him the full $29.5 million. But you said all along, right, that they thought they were getting Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
What the ship has come in. You can add Kirk Cousins to that defense, to that running game, to George Kittle, to all that stuff. You can swap out Garoppolo for Cousins, and it's going to cost you the same as what you would pay Garoppolo. We'll pay the difference. Whatever you were going to pay Garoppolo, you pay Cousins, and we'll pay the excess, and you get him. Would they do that?
I don't think they would. Not at this point. No. And also, and this plays into this, I don't. The public perception on that, I don't think would be well received. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is pretty well liked out there in that area. People believe in him in the San Francisco Bay Area. Kirk Cousins has a national perception of, choking under the big lights, not being able to play in prime time.
But what if Jimmy G chokes under the big lights, under the bright lights Sunday night, and then loses the wild card round? Let's throw that extra twist in there. Not just lose Sunday to the Seahawks.
Right.
What if they go to Philly or Dallas and lose, and they're done? They have a chance to get Kirk Cousins next year.
I don't think they would do it. I think the ship has sailed on that conversation. I do. I think Shanahan's has got to be comfortable with the guy he's got. And, even again, if he lays an egg the next 2 weeks, it's been a lot of good this year. It really has. After a shaky start, the last 10, 11 weeks have been pretty damn strong for Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they got their guy, at least for the next year or two.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.